We're here with Archie, our favourite
I was thinking of going and smacking him.
And this is my second training session with Archie this week because he has been exhibiting some extremely poor behaviour with his owner. In fact, he has decked his owner on cross country in the past 2 training sessions, which is extremely unacceptable. So that bucking has come out of nowhere. So we've decided to take things back a step. So in the first training session, I did a lot of long reining in the cooler lunge and I had a very brief ride. That is also due to the fact that my body is still not cooperating the way it should. So for those of you that don't know, I had breast cancer, achieved PCR, pathological complete response. However, I am still completing the last few rounds of immunotherapy, which does fuck with your body. So when you can't do something the way you want to, you need to find a way around it, and I feel that it is important that I sort this situation out before it implodes. Now, because Archie has been bucking on cross country, we've decided to concentrate
wait till he comes round again, and if he doesn't, then smack him.
Flat work. Now, what I've found with Archie, bearing in mind he's a short necked, short backed horse, he's become quite compressed. Now, what I mean by compressed is he's literally shortened his frame.
Good boy,
so
Arch.
what I've been concentrating firstly on cooler lunge and then under saddle is getting him to lengthen that frame. So I have been asked why I don't just get on him and ride him forward. And quite simply, if the horse is taking short choppy strides and I leg him on and ask him to go forward, what will happen is he will take shorter, quicker strides. And that's not what we're looking for. What I'm looking for is this relaxation across the back that you're seeing now. So that's by getting him to lift his back, engage his thoracic sling, and reach for the contact. So you can see that I'm actually giving the contact a little bit here as a test because I'm looking for him to reach for that contact. He's become very concertinaed up in his work. And what I noticed on cross country, I won't post videos of other people on this page because that's not what this is about. This is about discussing how I train horses. And when I say he was quite compressed and compact on cross country, he was putting himself in that frame. Both riders, well actually all 3 riders that I watched riding him, so that's his owner and 2 other riders, weren't holding him together. He was compressing himself like he is now there, really pushing through the base of the neck, trying to use that under neck, and then trying to lead with both shoulders. So rather than stepping into the rider's outside rein, he was pushing through with both shoulders, which makes him quite heavy on the forehand.
Valley is being a prick.
And then that also makes it easier for him to bark. Because when he's going to bark, he has to throw his weight forward in order to get the back end off the ground. So it's not just a matter of keeping the head up, does help, obviously, but it is a matter of shifting the weight back onto the hindquarters. If you can keep the weight back on the hindquarters, keep the hind legs stepping through and staying separated, the horse is going to find it more difficult to bark. I'm not saying he won't bark, because if he finds an opportunity, he will bark. But what I'm concentrating on today is not holding him in a frame. It is asking him to shift the weight back, engage the hindquarters,
I've got some quite spectacular videos of Valley just losing his shit in the background.
Lift the thoracic sling and come into a nice soft contact where he's not holding himself. Now, I didn't get any video footage of the left canter, unfortunately, which was the easy canter. He just floated around on that left canter. However, on this right canter, I found him to be really heavy. And so I was chatting to a fellow rider and a friend about this, and she suggested practicing some one-line stops on cross country before an issue actually occurs, which gave me the idea
there's a retard in the background making faces
of when he's asked for canter, and then when I feel him getting heavy, which is generally after about 2 or 3 strides, I put him onto that smaller circle and start to circle him off to bring him back to trot. So that's not to unbalance him. That is to say, hey, you cannot keep pushing through that inside shoulder and being heavy on my hands. or I'm going to put you in a place where you can't do that. So that time he just fell out of canter himself. That's all right. He couldn't hold it, so he fell out.
That horse is just quality entertainment.
And so then I'm trying to, each time we come back, I'm trying to reiterate that softness, make sure he's staying round and deep. If the pole comes up too high, he braces at the base of his neck. And he's then really difficult to ride, and he's actually really uncomfortable to ride.
There we go.
So I need that thoracic sling
He
up.
looks much more open
That
in his
has
frame
to come
today.
out
Just
for the
looks
pole
more
to come
chilled out.
down. And you'll see that I
looks
keep
like
testing
a,
this by trying to
fjord
soften
horse.
the contact. If you ride them defensively, then you can create an issue. By riding them defensively, I'm trying to rectify a situation that's occurred from a previous owner that the current owner has inherited. And then I'm wanting to reiterate that stretchy walk and that relaxation and make sure he's staying soft on both reins so I can turn him. Because I also found he was a laterally good boy. He was laterally quite stiff. He wasn't wanting to stretch out and down. On my previous ride, he absolutely did not want to stretch out and down at all. Horses don't just magically stretch out and down. They've got to be using their top line muscles in order for them to want to take that contact down. So you can see in today's training session, I've incorporated lots of transitions, softening of the contact, and changes of rein into the training session. I have kept him just on the circle because the circle is my safety point. So I'm not going to put him in a place where he's going to be able to bowl along with me, develop some speed, pop onto the forehand and potentially drop his head. If he's on a circle and he does try and buck me off, I can put him on a small circle and stop that situation immediately. I have no desire to be bucked off. So to summarise, it is about keeping the horse's weight back on the hindquarters, shifting them off the inside shoulder, wrapping them around your inside leg and getting them more balanced. Thank you for